to your reality, yeah, yeah. Take this feeling to your reality, yeah. Alright, sorry, my life is wonderful. 나름 잘 흘러가고 있다고 난 switch it up. Oh, 이미 너는 나를 제발 나랑 비교만. Oh no, I'm going to swimming with you. Swimming, 수영해.
My white wedding dress and toss it onto the bed, the delicate fabric crumpling like my resolve. Sighing, I step into the bed, letting the warm water envelop me. It's a brief from the chaos of the day. 2 hours ago, I got married, not to a man I loved, but to a man who, everything I despise, my husband, or rather, the person I hate the most. The day wasn't a celebration of love. My father, in his infinite wisdom, agreed him like I was a business transaction, and the man I am now bound to. He had the audacity to leave me alone at the altar after the ceremony ended. Handsome, yes, but arrogant and devoid of any decency. As I close my eyes, trying to erase the memory of Jimin, the bed's warmth soothes me. For a moment, I allow myself to forget him and his piercing gaze that held instead of warmth. The peace shatters with the sharp sound of our door slamming. I groan, sinking deeper into the bubbles. I know exactly who it is. Moments later, the bathroom door bursts open, and I snap my eyes open in disbelief. There he stands, Jimin. His chest heaves, and his dark eyes hold an intensity that sends a shiver down my spine. What are you doing here? I yell, clutching the edges of the tub for dear life, thankful that the bubbles shield my. He doesn't answer immediately. His gaze sweeps over my face before settling on my. A slow, deliberate smirk curls his mouth, and my stomach twists in a way I don't want to admit. And then, to my utter shock, he starts. His shirt. What are you doing? I shudder, trying to sound firm but failing as my voice wavers. Claiming what's mine, he says, his deep voice reverberating through the room. What? I begin, but the words in my thought, as he, the last of his. My eyes widen in panic, my heart racing. Before I can protest further, he steps into the bath, the water rising with his presence. I snap myself against the far end of the tub. But he doesn't listen. Instead, he pulls me toward him with ease, my flesh against. Even though I hate you so much, you're my wife, he says, gripping my chin to make me meet his eyes. And that means I'm the only one who gets to see you like this. His proximity is overwhelming. His scent, something sharp and undeniably masculine, mixes with the lavender of my bath, and it's maddening. I want to push him away, to yell at him, but my betrays me, frozen under his piercing gaze. Do you ever stop being? I snap, glaring at him. But the words lack bite, my voice shaky. He chuckles, the sound low and rich, sending a strange warmth through me. Not when it comes to you. I scowl, trying to wriggle free, but his hold is firm. You can't just walk in here and act like this. And yet, I just did. He replies, do you know why? He leans closer, his breath away from mine. Because you're mine, whether you like it or not. I grit my teeth, refusing to let him see how his words affect me. That's rich, coming from someone who left me at the altar. His expression shifts, something darker flickering in his eyes. You think I wanted this marriage? He says, his voice cold now. You think I wanted to be tied to someone as stubborn and as you. Then why didn't you refuse? I back, my hands pushing at his chest. It's hard, muscular, and far too distracting. Because your father made it impossible. He snaps, his grip tightening. But now that's you're mine, I'm not going to let anyone else think they can have you. I glare at him, furious and confused. You're unbelievable. And you're beautiful when you're angry. He counters, a smirk returning to his. But don't think for a second you can defy me, wife. The words hangs in the air, heavy with unspoken promises, and my heart pounds, torn between anger and something close to desire. His gaze holds mine, daring me to challenge him. But I won't give him the satisfaction, not tonight. You can have the bet, I say sharply, breaking the tension. I'm done. I move to stand, but his arms wrap around me, pulling me back down. Not so fast, he murmurs. I'm not done with you yet. And for the first time, I wonder if surviving this marriage might be harder and far more than I ever imagined. Years later, the mansion is quieter than usual. The weight of the past years, arguments, passionate reconciliation, and reluctant admissions of love hangs in the air, but it's a weight that no longer feels oppressive. The soft sound of cooing pulls me from my thoughts. I step into the nursery, the warm sunlight streaming through the pale curtains. There in the crib is our daughter Minji, her tiny fingers curling around a plush toy. I feel him before I see him. Jimin's presence is undeniable, and when I glance over my shoulder, he is leaning against the doorframe, his dark eyes softer than I've ever seen them. You're staring again. A small smile tugging at my. I can't help it. He replies, his voice low and filled with something that sounds suspiciously like "oh." He steps closer, wrapping an arm around my waist and pulling me against him. "She looks like you." I glance down at our daughter, her dark lashes resting against her chubby cheeks. "She has your eyes," I counter. His chuckle rumbles against my back. "And your temper." I elbow him lightly, but the affection in his voice melts away any annoyance. "You're lucky she's too young to argue with you yet." His grip tightens, and he, to the top of my head. "I can handle her," he says, his tone. Then after a moment, he adds more softly, "But I don't think I'd survive without you." The words catch me off guard, and I turn in his arms to face him. His expression is open in a way it rarely was when we first married. The cold arrogance, the guarded walls gone. In their place is the man I've grown to love, even when I against it. "You don't have to," I whisper, reaching up to trace the line of his jaw. "I'm not going anywhere." His curve into a small smile before he leans down too. It's slow and tender, a far cry from the battles we used to. Now, standing here with him and the family we never thought we'd have, I know we both found what we didn't realize we were searching for. And for the first time, I can truly say, I'm happy we're bound by vows.
말이 수줍어 않는 걸 귀엽게 눈을 숨지는 것도